especially when, as a male, taking on that societal picture or just like godly figure, the man of the household, and that you have to provide, it can be hard to handle it at all times. So Brady, I have a question for you. What's it like when the corn is high, but the chaos is higher?
It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. This is the Farm Wife Files, Life Between the Rows. Episode 4. Let's get into it. We kind of ended last week's talking about self-care and what that looks like for us and our husbands. Did you do your homework?
I did.
How'd that go?
Okay, so ended up, we'll just read these off. So if there's little ears listening, we'll try to bleep it out. There's one little section, but
There's one little section.
So I texted Cody, actually, and I was like, hey, how do you define self-care? Like, for you, what makes you happy? He goes, horsepower. I said, anything else, question mark? He goes, horsepower includes tractor pulling. Like,
so you were right,
yeah,
essentially.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me this. And then he goes, so then I say, so self-care to you is just tractor pulling. And he goes, to me, self-care is taking care of yourself to not get sick, to do daily things like shower, brush your teeth, and that kind of stuff. No, honey, that's hygiene. Like you said.
Hygiene.
Oh, Jesus. So then he also goes, then you asked what makes me happy. I said, okay, I was just wondering. We didn't know what you boys would say. He goes, that's my podcast appropriate answer.
Oh.
So, and then he goes, just remember, horsepower is like, and then we'll let anyone fill in the blank.
Oh, no.
You can never get enough. And if you know Cody, weird to hear him say that.
Weird, I don't know is the right word.
Not weird for him to say that, but just not expected.
Right, yeah, it was surprising for him to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Not shocking, but
Cody's just a shy. I mean, like you said, shy, but he's not shy.
Reserved.
Yeah.
He's just like more like, he's pretty dry and he's just like to himself.
Yeah.
He's always been that way though.
Always.
We'd have to ask Tyler and the other friend group guys, like.
Oh, they would for sure have different stories.
You think? You think they'd all have different opinions?
No, I think the guys would have the same opinions of each other, but I think it would be a complete 180 of what we as like wives see them.
I think that would be so interesting. Like, they've literally known each other since kindergarten, and like now they're full-blown adults with families and wives and careers. That just seems surreal for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I wonder if they think that way. I don't know. As guys, they probably don't.
Probably not.
Oh, his answer doesn't shock me whatsoever. We kind of called that in the last episode.
But again, Cody.
Yeah.
So I guess, did you end up doing your homework?
I did, yes. So Tyler's obviously a pretty simple guy too. And I think when I asked him, what do you do for self-care? He literally, Didn't even know what I was asking. And then I said, what do you like to do just for you? Like, what makes you happy? And he said, hunt and drink. So, whether those are combined or
hopefully
separate,
it's not rye.
Oh my goodness, yeah. And that goes along with his autoimmune. We went out, we got together with friends, and he had, 3 drinks, I think, and then we get up the next day, go to church, and he's, my hands are so itchy. And I'm like, oh, that's weird.
Well, what did you drink last night?
Yeah, well, and then he's blaming it on it. He switched allergy pills.
Oh, of course. It's always something
else.
else.
Yeah, he said, and he doesn't even know what he's taking. He said, it's the pink pill. He said, I switched to pink pills, which I'm pretty sure is Allegra. He must have been on, like, Claritin or Zyrtec before. But yeah, I switched to Allegra. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that pill. And I said, Tyler, what'd you drink last night? Don't even say that. I told the guys I couldn't drink anything with rye. And I said, did you look at the ingredients? Did you look at the label? Well, no. So yeah, he Googles all of them. All of them have rye in them.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's why you feel itchy and horrible today. Yeah. I'm so glad we spent tons of money so that you could follow no directions.
You gotta love him.
Yeah, we do.
It makes sense about the hunting, though.
Yeah, he does enjoy hunting.
Might be in a van put up in the air. He's so proud of that.
They all are. They really are. And they put up a second one.
Yeah.
Did you know about that one?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy the hunting too, but I don't make it a priority. It's one of those things where, quote unquote, self-care, I want to go. I wanted to make it a priority. I enjoy to do it. I'm really passionate about it. And I'm out there. I make the trek out there to get into my tree stand. And
you're going to do it pregnant this
year?
year?
Because I bow hunt, yeah. And I just feel guilty for being out there and thinking of everything I could be doing at home. And yeah. Yeah, I know. I am very pregnant this year, so I'm hoping to at least try and get something by the middle of November, because I don't know if I can pull my bow back if I get any bigger.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that'll be
tough.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Sure.
So do you feel like yourself or your husbands, maybe if they don't take care of do the self-care and take care of themselves, and you feel like it really starts to wear on them mentally? Like, obviously I feel like it really varies between men and women, how that looks and how they handle that. But do you think the threshold's different for men and women?
Yes.
You do?
I think that there is a different, it's not just men and women. I think everyone is so different.
Or maybe personality-wise too.
Yeah, and something that may set off one person does not set off me. Or
right.
I can juggle a lot of things in my life and I'm able to do it, and just one minor inconvenience will make someone tailspin. So
right.
Maybe not specifically male, female, but definitely person to person, I would say varies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the struggle with men too, I have no problem. I mean, it'll get to a certain point if I'm really struggling mentally. And I think now that just looks different because I really had an awful time after Taylin was born with postpartum anxiety. And I had anxiety, but postpartum anxiety was such like intrusive, overwhelming thoughts that were just like off the wall.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I did not know how to cope with that. Or
did you even know that you were even having postpartum anxiety at that point? No, yeah.
Honestly, not until there was a really big incident and Tyler and I were driving home and it had snowed the slightest. Like literally there was maybe like a tiny sheeting of snow on the road. And I just completely lost it and I had to pull over so Tyler could drive, and my mind I just knew we were going to wreck and I wasn't going to be able to get Taylin out, and she was just itty bitty. And yeah, I was just so upset about that. And I like tears running down my face, and I just look at him and he's driving and I said, I think I need some help. Like it was that point that I just knew this is not rational. Like your thoughts are not normal thoughts. And then I did talking to a therapist and she so helped me get those coping skills to get through when I was having those panicked moments. But the worst for me was never thinking it was going to end.
And you don't know at that point.
Yeah, obviously I'd never been through anything like that. Right. I've never been through a postpartum before. Like I literally had
You were also the first of our whole friend group too.
Right, yeah.
So you had no one
older sisters. Yeah, so that was just crazy. Just something I'd never dealt with before. Now being pregnant with the second, I get a lot of people that ask me, how are you feeling? Are you worried about, postpartum anxiety? And I'm not, because I know how to cope with it.
You have the tools.
Yes, and the biggest thing is I know it will end. I know it won't last forever. Whereas when I was in the midst of it and it was so crippling and I just felt like I was going to feel that way forever. And it just felt like I have this new baby and I feel these things that just make me feel so awful, and this is my life forever. Like I just knew it was going to last forever. So I think now mentally I deal with things like I'm a little bit stronger because it was so bad. I feel like I hold in a little bit longer to maybe a little more harsher things that I'm feeling. But still, I'm very open with Tyler. Like if I'm struggling, I'm like, I don't want to feel that way forever, so I'm going to let him know, hey, I need to do something for myself because I'm not feeling like I'm my best person right now, like whether that's being a mom or a wife. Like, I feel like I have nothing to give to be what I want to be for you guys. So I need to do something for me, or I need to, yeah, just I'm needing some help. Whereas Tyler, I don't feel like I ever get that from him. He just always seems so stable all the time. And I don't know if Cody's that way. I feel like if Tyler ever says anything, I really have to pry on him.
Yeah.
And I worry about him for that because he has a lot of stressful things going on.
Yeah. I think with Cody specifically, there's certain things that get him a little bit wound up. And so
Right.
he has been so much better with just saying I'm upset, and he will say like I am blank, and
Oh,
then
that's
like
good.
so he's able to use his feelings. Was that always the case? No, but I mean, Cody and I have had to have tough conversations with each other and say I am on your I
Yeah.
will do whatever I need to do to best support you, but you need to open up and you need to tell me what you need. And so finally he was just like, I'm upset because, and it takes us back to those like what, fourth grade using I statements.
Yeah.
And it's just insane that we use those as adults now, whether we are like consciously saying like, oh, I learned this in fourth grade and this is
Yeah.
how I'm going to express my feelings. But it's just amazing being able to say that out loud and have someone support you in the background by saying,
Yeah.
I hear you, I understand you.
I validate you.
Yes, and just validating feelings just goes, I might not understand how you feel in this moment because I'm not living that exact emotion at that point in time or understand that back history or whatever, but having someone to just say, I validate how you're feeling, it's okay to feel that way. Or, hey, you're not crazy for feeling this. And we do that to each other. We have conversations and we say, hey, am I wrong to feel this way? Am I okay to feel this way? And we just have an open dialogue, and that's really nice that we have that relationship, and let alone like even our husbands too. So it's nice to know that Cody is able to say that. But yeah, we've had to have those tough conversations. Do I think that he does it nearly as often as he should? No. I think he should do it a little bit more.
Right.
But
what's the words that I want to use? Do you feel like that has just had to come with age, or that's had to come with the hard conversations that you've had? Maybe a little bit of both, because I feel like society and the generations really doesn't allow men to express if they're having mental issues.
Yeah. I think in our situation, I think with Cody, it came with a lot of maturity.
Okay.
It came with living those life experiences, feeling those types of feelings, and understanding how to like even navigate your own feelings.
Yeah.
Goes a long way. I can feel a certain way and I'm like, I don't know if I'm mad. I don't know if I'm like nervous. I don't know if I'm anxious. Like, what am I feeling? I don't know. And then if I sit back and I like truly process like, oh, I was feeling this way and this is why I was feeling this way, then I'm able to like really put a emotion to it. But sometimes I feel like it's also okay to, and I tell Cody this, I'm like, you don't have to know how you're feeling every single exact second of your life, but you need to understand when enough is enough and when you need to ask for help.
Yeah.
Or when you need to say, I need to take a break, I need to take a step back.
Right. Well, and I think our husbands, especially with the faith that we have, we look at them as our leaders. And so maybe they don't feel like it's as easy or acceptable for them to be the one that's needing the help.
Yeah.
And even going back to knowing when I'm at the end of my rope and I just cannot be all in as a mom and a wife and I need to do something for myself. Just the house stuff, it never ends. It can be overwhelming and exhausting. And I touched base on this a couple episodes ago about like getting to a point in our marriage where I didn't just look at the farm as the farm. How my house is, it's the house, but then there's everything underneath, the bills and the babies and the books and
grocery shopping.
And yeah, I mean, the list goes on. And it wasn't until I did a little bit of dabbling in the whole row crop farming operation that
crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I didn't start to worry about my husband, but I'm like, you have a mental load too.
Yeah.
I mean, and not only is it the day to day, or I guess farming is probably more season to season, just getting the seed in the ground. And even before that, picking the seed that you want to put into the ground, and then everything that goes
Making
along
sure the
with that.
soil is the right temperature,
Yeah.
like all the things.
And, you know, that in itself is a lot, but then also having the mentality of giving it to God. Because a lot of their occupation, they have no control over.
No.
So I think that's when I really started to be like, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Because it's a lot too.
Yeah.
And I know that I struggle on a day-to-day basis because I have the household that I'm trying to keep intact and everything that goes along with the household. But then now being able to look at the farm and everything that goes into making sure that our operation stays successful and progressive, that it can continue to be successful.
You can pass something down.
Yes.
Whether your kids want to or not.
And maybe not even passing down, but just progressive as meaning so it can be substantial in 5-10 years, and then progressive so that it can be to the point of passing it down to the next generation.
Or even just in this current time, providing food for our family that we can provide some sort of income so we can put food on our table.
Right.
We can keep a roof over our head.
Yeah.
That's also important. Yeah, you would love to do it in 5 to 10 years, but what's important right now is I have a crop to sell. I have a crop to do whatever, or even a cow calf or whatever the case is.
Whatever however diversified your operation is. And go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, even if you're not like part of the farmer, like you are not the one putting the crop in the ground, raising the cattle, like there are different parts of farming that's important, but we all always have to remember, like, we all are trying to run a family business or just a business in general. And
I think too, it's just have to give a shout out to our husbands because they really thought, they have been saying for the past however long when we said we wanted to start this podcast, oh yes, you girls can get together and just talk crap about us.
Yeah.
But I really don't feel that way.
No.
Don't get me wrong. My husband, love him to death. He
hits a nerve sometimes.
Oh, he sure does. And he knows how to push my buttons, but I wouldn't want his job.
No.
I mean, I give it to him because just in a little bit of quote unquote dabbling that I've done, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm sure they've been doing this farming thing since they were kids. They've grown up in it. So they have that longevity of knowledge that where I've just begun. So it's very overwhelming.
Right.
But still, it's a lot and it's stressful. And I'm just proud of them for handling it as gracefully as they do.
I think just in general, it's always hard to ask for help.
Yeah.
And it's always hard to say, hey, something's not right. So, especially when, as a male, taking on that societal picture or just like godly figure, the man of the household, and that you have to provide, it can be hard to handle it at all times and handle it. And that's what people expect of you. And so taking those expectations, the outside people outside of your own marriage or outside of your own like direct family, those thought processes, those ideas, those ideations, whatever, does not matter. And it's whatever works best for you and your family, and being able to just handle what works best for your family is important, but it's also okay to ask for help. And that's the tough thing to say.
Right. Yeah. And even for myself, I know that goes back to when I know I'm struggling, I know it's better for myself and my family if I can just admit that and say, hey, I need some help. Like, I'm at the end of my rope. I'm at my wit's end. I need assistance in this area so that I can be better, whether that's being a wife or a mom or all the above.
Yeah.
Because I want to be all in all the time. I want to be super good at my job. And there's times where we just need a break. As a mom, we don't have, and as farmers too, our husbands, we don't have the PTO and the vacation and the sick leave. It's a constant day in, day out, just grind. And I don't know. I don't feel like And that goes back to just giving that shout out to our husbands. They don't get that. They don't get to ask for help.
Right.
I mean, you don't get to just call some Joe Blow and be like, hey, yeah, I need this 80 planted.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing it today.
Well,
I
let
need
alone
a self-care day.
Cody, like, will be on his deathbed and he will still be out there.
Oh, he would, for sure.
And Tyler would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Cody had COVID and I was so worried as a nurse. I'm like, watch you need to watch this and you need to watch that and all of this stuff. And I'm fine. And I'm like, but you're not, because
Tyler lived how many harvests with an autoimmune disease?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you guys, when I tell you, Tyler did not make it through harvest without doing a breathing treatment every day. I 100% mean it.
Yeah. And it wasn't just one breathing treatment. Sometimes there would be days where there was multiple.
Like morning, get home late at night, and then do another one before bed. Like, yeah, it was a lot
miserable.
of albuterol.
Yeah.
Steroids.
Yeah.
But getting that all done. But he still showed up every single day. It did not matter.
Yeah. And I think that's more of a control thing with our guys. They didn't want someone else doing it that they didn't know or they didn't trust or whatever the case is. But either way, I guess love that work ethic of them. Yeah. But yeah, they're just...
I do wish that they would be better about taking time for themselves.
Yeah.
And not to be husbands to us or a father to Talon or to make sure that the farm is running successfully day in and day out, but like truly for themselves.
Yeah. Well, either way, I think bottom line, asking for help, validating feelings, talking about our feelings are just so important. Whether it's
for men,
us,
for us or for our men.
For our men, yes.
And I really want to advocate that it's okay, because the roles that these men have, whether they're our husbands or just other men running their family farms in the community or worldwide, anywhere, like, I just want to advocate for men in agriculture that it's okay to ask for help and take self-care for yourself. That's not for the farm. That's not for your families. That's literally for yourself.
Yeah.
And I know that there's never going to be... The list never ends. There's a million things all the time for us and for men. Both sides. Everybody. The list just goes on and on. You have a full-time job. Like, you have your home and you have your profession. You're just...
Yeah.
You're juggling all the time.
So many. And it's not just like... You said the farm is a completely separate to-do list.
Yeah.
My work is a completely separate to-do list, and I have to juggle that and then trying to also navigate my husband's schedule. And I say that very loosely. My husband is told what to do and when to do it, unless it is with the farm.
He doesn't keep much of a schedule.
No, and you have to lie and you have to say it starts at 4 and it really starts at 4:30.
Right.
Because you just learn. And so
I will say I'm pretty blessed in that aspect. Tyler does pretty good.
Good.
That
Keep
is
him
nice.
that way.
Yeah.
Mine does not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like the simple fact of who's going to get the dog food, who's grocery shopping. And it's always going to be me. I'm always going to do it. And if I'm at home and I'm short, sour cream or something for this recipe, can you stop?
Right. Yeah.
He will absolutely do it. Will he ask 10,000 questions? Do you want this size?
Do you want this brand?
Yeah. It's sour cream. I don't care. If I didn't specify it, I
just
really
need sour cream.
Yeah, just grab it. And I can appreciate that he at least is putting some sort of thought and effort into it, but just being able to be like, okay, I know that I need to get buns. I know I need to get this. I know I need to get this, because Cody is going to be using it within the next week or week and a half, because we're in harvest or it's planting season, or he needs to be doing this, or we're hosting a little get together at our house. And so I know that I need to grocery shop with it. There's just a never ending to-do list. And sure, I can think of 5 different things right now, but so yeah, with me being in a full-time role, that's a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
On top of the farm. But
do you feel like you can be all in everywhere?
No.
Really?
No. And
so does that make you feel less
sometimes it feels icky.
Does it?
But it's not necessarily in a bad way. Like am able to switch on and off. In my previous role, I was not able to.
Right.
And you saw that. I was taking
Yes.
phone calls at 9 o'clock at night. I was taking
You
phone
had no
calls.
boundaries.
No, I was getting emails literally all the time. And it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it, because I enjoyed the job that I did, but it was
Right.
very mentally and physically tolling.
And I was going to say too, as faithful as you are, I think you saw the toll that it was taking on your marriage as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe that it hadn't taken yet, but you saw where it was going and you thought,
Cody would say, put your phone down, stop
Yes.
working. And I was just like, no, I have to answer this
Yes.
because it's my job.
Yep.
And
I think having to, in your mind, you had to prioritize.
So now I'm doing much better with saying, okay, I'm going to log off of work and I'm
Good.
going to stop work. And
Yeah.
my boss now has been absolutely phenomenal in supporting that and really pushing me. When
Good.
we went to Husker Harvest Days and I said, hey, can I actually take off Tuesday as well? Because I had a few other days that week off. And she's, yes, like you need to make that a priority. You need to put self-care. And so I can appreciate that. And I never really had, I shouldn't say never, but I always had some really good bosses throughout the years. However, like this one just feels different. Like it just feels like I can really just.
That's so refreshing.
Yes.
Though. It kind of gives you a reset. Like, obviously, I haven't been like a corporate girly in
Yeah.
a long time. Like, I haven't had before Taylor, I had my own candle business, so I was my own boss.
Right.
But how refreshing to kind of have that reset of somebody that just makes you enjoy your job again and makes you feel like you're not just a number in this corporate ladder, and that you are appreciated for the work that you do put in.
Yeah. And so either way, it's important for me to say, I'm going to give 100% of my effort at this given task or this section in my time of day right now. And then when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. And I'm going to transition it to 100% of my effort into something else.
Yep.
Now, and like when 5 p.m. hits, do I stay on to work a little bit later? Absolutely. But it's something that I'm making that conscious decision for myself.
Right. It's not because you have to.
Correct. And will I transition to do 100% of my effort of being a wife at home? Sure.
Yeah.
But is it really like a 50-50 thing sometimes? Sure. I might read a book at night. That's not necessarily being a wife. That's doing something I want to do and enjoy for myself. And then maybe I'm also doing a load of laundry during that time and I'm waiting for it to get switched over to the dryer. Or I'm waiting for it to come out of the dryer. So I think it's like a check and balance thing. So I know that I'm not able to give 100% to everything in my life all at once. And I feel very blessed with people in my life to understand that.
Yeah.
And so I think...
Well, and I think too, I kind of want to, that's something I really want to work on, is because I feel like that's where I fall short, is as a wife sometimes. My house is so taken care of. If anybody's listening to this that knows me and has been to my home, I am the type of person, I want it to look like nobody lives here, and it does, unless Taylon's been playing, obviously, or whatever. But for the most part, yeah, I do keep a very clean home, and I am on my chores. I don't have a lot of laundry. I am all in when it comes to my household and when it comes to being a mom. But there are days where Taylon gets in bed and I'm just done. Mm-hmm. I got her to sleep and I am... Yeah. It was a day. I'm exhausted. And then Tyler gets home and I have nothing left to give for him. And I hate that.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way sometimes. Cody and I literally just had that conversation last night. He was just like, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing's wrong. I'm just so overstimulated right now. I want silence.
Yep.
I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be talked to. I don't even
want
to be looked at
for a little bit.
Yeah.
I want nobody to need me.
Yes.
I was listening to another podcast, and it's a bunch of guys on there, a bunch of farmers, and they were talking about, which they keep it pretty clean. They don't talk about anything raunchy, but it was funny because they're like, yeah, as men, we work all day and we come home and we want to have sex.
Yeah.
And our wives are there and they've been taking care of kids all day, working all day, yada, yada, yada. And they're just over it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it is so almost refreshing to hear that perspective, because as wives, we know that. But I think as husbands, they need to hear our perspective of, we just, it's been all day. They have the physical labor part of it where their bodies are just exhausted. But there are days where I get done with the day and I could run a marathon. Pregnancy, me, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Every part of me is exhausted. But not pregnant. Physically, I'm good to go. But mentally and emotionally, I am so drained. Like, just exhausted, drained from the day.
Yeah, it's just tough in general. And I think that's all, like, just important to recognize. But yes, I think the men need to hear that sometimes.
Yeah. Because I respect their perspective, and I know that.
Yeah.
I know that my husband has needs that he wants fulfilled, as does every other husband. And trust me, I feel really guilty when I don't fulfill those all the time.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
I just.
And it's also wild, like, Cody and I also have had the conversation where you always have something wrong with you. And I'm like, okay, but also.
You always have a headache.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I literally do have a headache because I had my hair up too tight in my bun, or I literally have had a speaker.
Been too long. I was squinting. So
Yes, it's just, I hear this ringing out of a speaker in my computer because my speaker sometimes makes this weird ringing, and I'm like, I'm just over it.
And I know it sounds like a crazy excuse, but it's not.
It's not an excuse, I can promise you that. My head truly does hurt, or I ate too much, or I drank a glass of milk and I know my belly is not going to feel good after this. Like, Cody, you feel the same exact way when you eat ice cream, but you still do it.
Yeah.
Like, he's so lactose intolerant and refuses to accept it. It just makes me so angry because I deal with the repercussions, and then here you are giving him free ice cream all day long.
Yeah. Oh, I had something that I was going to touch base on, and I totally spaced it after that. Oh, gosh. I don't even remember what I was going to say, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just having grace for your partner, too. I think just really try to put yourself in their shoes, and yeah, just knowing that each other has needs.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't always have it in us to be able to meet those needs, and that's okay. And
but
maybe
being able to talk about it.
Yeah, and maybe there's days where I do have more in me and Tyler doesn't. Maybe he's harvested all day and he's at his wit's end, and I have it. Maybe I make a really nice meal and I wait up for him and warm it up for him and sit with him while he eats and talk to him about his day. Do I want to be doing that when they're cutting and getting home at 10:30 at night? No. But maybe that's what God is calling of me as a spouse.
Or you say, you could have a beer. Like, yeah, there's those days where you're like, you shouldn't have a beer when you, not that you would say that, but.
Right, and vice versa. As a spouse, I feel like there are some days where maybe you didn't have a very physically demanding day or demanding day at all. So you come home and, wow, Brady's in the trenches. Taylin is a complete toddler, like you have got to see today.
Yeah.
And yeah, she's a lot, and in a great way. Like, that's so not a con. Right now it's just hard, but as an adult, she's going to make a great adult. Yeah. Because she is bold and she is strong-willed, and man, it's exhausting now, but
it will be good.
It will. It'll be great, when she is an adult. But yeah, maybe if our spouses could do better, recognizing that and give us more then. Just extending that grace to each other and knowing that maybe we can't always be 50-50 in our marriage, but I can give you that extra 20 when you don't have it in you.
But bottom line, communicate that.
Yes, because we cannot read each other's minds.
No.
And unfortunately, it's taken Tyler and I way too long to figure that out.
Yeah, but that's also marriage.
Yeah, it is. It's learning.
Yeah.
It's just figuring out how to do this whole crazy life together. And it's always changing, whether it's a career or whether it's...
Again, you can't plan that 5-10 year plan all the time.
Yeah.
You can have some sort of an idea, but...
Yeah, it's just rolling with what God gives you when that time is. So...
It's amazing.
Yeah. But any additions to that?
I think that wraps it up. I feel like
I think there's a lot of topics we could probably talk about forever.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's all for today.
I'll see you next time.
Yep. surprising to hear him
Yes.
say that out loud.
Yes. Is this your cat again?
Gosh, I texted Tyler.
Watch. The cat's gonna run away as soon as I open this up.
Go away. Oh, did she come in?
Go.
She's such a dick.
I don't know if that door shuts all the way.
I asked Tyler because I forgot to ask him. I was upstairs, but he must be with Taylor. The society has put such a stigma on them that it's not okay, and I'm so sick of this cat. What are we gonna do? What does she want?
You,
She wants her 5 minutes of fame or what?
Just
with our 2
pick
viewers?
her out here. That's what we're gonna do. She's gonna run away with me though. Here.
What a nuisance she is.
Lizzie.
She's running.
Ran all the way up the stairs.
I don't even know what my thought was.
I was just trying to finish up saying
I know.
how our men, like, asking for help is okay and it's good and we need to be able to do it more.
They say a farmer's work is never done. Well, neither is ours.
Come back next week for a new episode of Life Between the Rows.